All right, guys, we're good to go for some LCK games today. How are you? How are you guys today? Okay. Silence. Let's get into it. Surviving Tech Week. Are you in theater? Okie dokie. We'll start with the second game of the night, which is T1 versus D+. Tech Director. Nice. That's fun. What city? I grew up doing acting in live theater. I've been in like 30 plays or so from, when I was 7 through the end of college.
Not sure how T1 feels about that pick anymore.
904? What's 904? Jacksonville. Oh, okay. Cool. It's a good job. It's fun.
Banned quite a lot in series against them.
Is Peter Morris still part of LFN? He is in an advisory role for us. He's great. Respiratory therapist. Nice, nice. 10 to 20 inches of snow in Denver area. It's so over. Sounds like a great time to go skiing. Emotional Panda gifted a tier 1 sub to Long Panda. The Panda Note.
It's got to be B1 Aatrox, right?
B1 Aatrox.
I'm ready for it. I know it shouldn't be B1 Aatrox.
It definitely should not be. Okay.
Still the most likely to actually make it through here. And
Oriana ban. What a surprise against Faker. Not going to give Senna over. Vi and, of course, Sejuani for Lucid, but he could still potentially play Rel. It's one of his specialities. Not going to first pick Ashe, so we're going to first pick the Karma for Showmaker. He has been the Karma player on this team. And Aatrox Lucian. T1 still deeply committed to this Lucian.
I imagine a jungle pickup makes sense here. Can also go for a top lane, but
like a TF or something.
Yeah, maybe. If you are if you are afraid that's going to get banned away.
Or get a good support for your smolder.
Kalen is definitely Emilio.
We have a sweet new YouTube thumbnail for the live stream, guys.
Very much worry about the laning phase, and right now this comp has.
Is Lucian Nami this strong?
So if you don't end up locking down Rel, I think you're really going to.
T1 thinks it is. Was it good against Gen G? It was not. We're back to blinding the old Aatrox for Zeus. It's worked very effectively for T1. Just play it at all possible times at every single matchup.
So a change?
Yeah, Karmasin down. We've been seeing a lot of this.
And I do like it a lot. I'm just shocked given.
So we're taking away the Rel as also, so that allows for the Talia pick.
Generally, Maokai's banned.
Yeah, it's that type of style.
Maokai has been getting through pick and ban a lot more recently.
Does great in the 1v1. Is going to shut down Zeus. I would be pretty hesitant on that.
So no Lee Sin either. They just let the Maokai through. That's a bit interesting.
But what does owner go here? Because so many of the standard picks.
Poppy isn't great here.
The choice here.
Nocturne.
Seeing a decent amount of Nocturne.
All right.
Can be one of those picks that you.
I mean, this is a classic owner pickup. The Nocturne, and you do have like double global synergy with Talia, right? So you can set up for a lot of damage from Gumayushi. It also cloaks him so he can walk up more effectively into the front line, gives you backline access onto the Smolder. I think that's pretty key here, is that you have some pretty big AD backline access between Aatrox and Nocturne onto Smolder, and then you're supposed to win lanes here. You can also gank bot by coming bot with Talia and walling in. So we should see a lot of focus onto Smolder here. Otherwise, this is just like a protect the Smolder comp, right? Kingan's job in the late game is just going to be marking flank targets to duel so they don't get in, and then you're able to kite pretty effectively with Karma, Maokai, and Melio. So really massive front line, but it's going to come all down to Aiming's ability to basically hyper carry on the Smolder and survive the laning phase, which is not going to be trivial versus Tilia Nocturne post 6.
It's like I'm going to go in by myself. It's not a rel that kind of sets up the fight for the damage.
Is it to be fair? No idea what I was.
So a lot of this is just going to depend on how fast Smolder can stack. And it's kind of scary because T1's one of the best early games teams in the world. And T1, over the last 2 years, has been the best team in the world, probably, at diving bot. So it's a risk. You got to say, it is a risk.
A great addition to the LCK.
Just gives me more of an excuse to talk about anime, so I'm very happy. Not that I need to.
Is there any anime character that jumps out at you that's like Lucian?
Like in terms of vibe?
Is Lucid a fraud?
Yeah,
No, he's
and
just
like,
a rookie. He's had some good games, guys.
Come up with
Do I know the
right now.
score of this series? Yes, I do.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm trying to figure. It's hard to make the direct one-to-one comparison. I think in a lot of cases. It's more so skin lines than anything else.
Would you say that Gaihan is a better weed than you?
Why don't teams take lanes like Kate Lux into Smolder? It's a good question.
I couldn't match. Absolutely not. No.
I would think that would be pretty effective.
I'm a big hobbyist.
The thing about Kate Lux is like it's a lot less flexible
Nearly as committed.
in the early game, and everything just comes down to playing around your bot side then. Whereas, you know, you have more laning options, I feel, as Lucian Nami, right? You don't have to just hard press the entire time.
It's a little bit disappointing.
Caitlyn Lux is strong. It's just very binary gameplay.
Get you guys into it as well.
Zeus is 11-0 on Aatrox. Yes, he's won 100% of his Aatrox games so far this year.
So that was good.
He's not undefeated on Aatrox in his career, but this year he is. In spring, the year of our Lord, 2024.
And I'm like, yeah, you're not going to get Senna ever, but it also just feels like he is just kind of locked into this pick that's an Enchantress. You can land bubbles, you can change games with your tidal wave, but it's not necessarily a hugely skill.
What changes would you make to D+ given my control of the roster? Well, they need to find themselves a fucking shot caller, because that's their main problem right now.
Sad to watch Keria just playing the Nami every game.
I mean, adding aiming Kingen and Lucid does not fix shot calling problems that they had. Like, it's unreasonable to expect Lucid to do it as a rookie player.
He is still dunking on scrims.
Keria just got that
Unless
play
he's
solo.
god tier like Milky Way.
Not ideal.
Fed Nami, okay. He's like,
No.
I hear you, Valdez. I'm
No.
going to carry this game.
No, not Fat Nami, Veldis, no.
Why
He's
not?
Fat Lucian. Wow. Okay, he took the second tower shot as well. I'm like, you can take the one tower shot and feel great about the trade, but I would have much rather he just proxied. Might be looking for a proxy on the follow-up wave, but
Yeah, they probably do need a support shot caller. I agree with that.
Menacing lane, as we have already mentioned the cast many times. He also remains in powers aiming. That's I don't know. That's like the first.
They need barrel back guys.
I gotta be careful with those, especially a Smolder because of how.
Has there ever been a Chinese import in LCK? No. There have never been any imports in LCK of any nationality.
By itself, not really going to do the heavy lifting that you need. Yeah, the only thing that I think is sad about Renekton is that Core Drinker is gone, and he doesn't. You don't get the full dopamine that you still get with Aatrox, where like you go in and then you just your Q, which it doesn't feel the same.
Yamato was a coach.
Quite hit the same, but I'd say it's still pretty strong. Faker's going
Reckless
to
is not an
here. This is
LCK.
big Master Q to the face.
He will never be an
Outside
LCK.
shove. Faker's going to have to back away. He does have a biscuit and is going to hit level 5 in that trade, so he is fine, but he's still going to go for...
Technically, in the OGN days, CLG played in Korea. Yeah, but they weren't part of a Korean org.
Lucid, considering coming on in, but there's a ward and he will be spotted out.
No Korean org has ever fielded a non-Korean player.
Yeah, it was pinged as well. The ward, so DK did know that there wasn't really a gank opportunity, but still gonna force Guma and Carrier to play at least a little bit more respectful, just in case of a play, as we do see Faker actually TP'd already, so he was down in TP, his lane really struggling into this Karma, and that should allow Lucid to pick up his, the bubble.
Yeah, the bubble is gonna land. Aiming though does get heal from...
Yeah, once Carrier gets a wrist injury like Faker, then that's when Reckless will make his glorious debut.
At least at this point, Guma and Curry are pretty low on mana. They need to go for a back themselves. So
Huni was EU player, obviously.
advantage.
I mean,
So aiming's fine.
that's true. He was a rookie, not in Korea.
As owner, the rare early gank Showmaker, yeah, was that's not
never gonna work.
No.
They are gonna still fear and just maybe try to help him get out of lane. There's no seismic shove. The second Faker misses seismic shove, the gank is never gonna work. So yeah. Also, Karma has a speed up with her Spire, which allows her to run away from it.
Yeah.
Especially going tier 2 boots first. Tier 2 boots first. Yeah. Also, Karma has a speed up with her Spire, which allows her to run
Interesting.
away.
Yeah.
Especially going tier 2 boots first. Tier 2 boots
Fistagons 25. Thank you for your tier 1 sub. T1 versus TES MSI finals waiting room. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Anyway, it doesn't end up working out. They will get the dragon for this.
I mean, MSI is going to be a banger, guys.
But Lucid is going to get
Did Core start on Dig? No, he started on Big File Miracle in Korea.
Off the wave, as well as forced his TP. So a lot of this, I think, does show.
He was an AD carry player. He was like a Varus one trick, and he played in OGN on a team called Big File Miracle. I remember Crumbs messaging me back in the day and been like, "What do you know about this core guy?" And I was like, "He plays Varus." He's like, "Okay, well, we're getting him for Dignitas." It's like, all right.
Just has to show his face. In the early game for DK, if they can generate a
No, Core was on Dignitas before he went to Samsung. He played in NA in LCS, and then he went to Samsung. He went back to Korea and won Worlds. And he switched to support.
A decent amount of threat on the enemy team. But a single Drake and a topside lead, you know, have King and roam over for like the third Drake fight. There's plenty of opportunity here as owner will steal away Lucid' red buff here. Lucid will know that this is being taken, but he's Maokai and he doesn't have ball lane prior, so just has to be sad.
Yeah. I think all things considered, DK should be very happy with the way this early game is going.
Yeah.
Singular Mountain Drake going to T1 is like...
Yeah, the farm is not going terribly
based on the comp,
in the bot side right now. Aiming's at 32. I mean, it's low amount of stacks because he's been shoved into turret.
So, of course, they do want to get this objective anyway. We have a little bit of a fight here. It is 3v2, but Smolder is not a champion, so...
Dude, Smolder is so bad at skirmishing.
Yeah, we will listen.
Junglers fucking hate Smolder. You know, the two champions that junglers hate... No, three champions that junglers hate most are Aurelion Sol, Smolder, and Yumi. Because you absolutely cannot fight in any of those situations. It is fucking miserable.
Actually get his crash. Not sure if he can pick up maybe a plan. That was... DK could have gone for a play there, but owner, I think, was just about to hit 6. As, man, this mid lane, Showmaker's absolutely dunking.
What about Cog? Can he fight? Yeah, he can press W and do a lot of damage at least.
Yeah.
Dude, Asol is fucking the worst champion in the fucking game if you're a jungler. Like, especially because he's played mid lane. That's the real problem. Is like you just lose all river control, top or bot. You can never take any objectives in river. It's so fucking annoying.
Obviously, way back when
they just invade your jungle for free and just like kill you in your jungle, and your Asol just sits there like a turd in mid lane. It's the worst.
Let's see if this counter gank does work. No Dominus available. Double dash is going to come out, but now the Nature's Grab, they are turning it onto owner, but not enough.
Nice flash.
Obviously, way back when they changed.
It's crazy that this is the level 6 gank as well. And it gets turned around like this. I mean, Kingen has a lot of fury right now, and Lucid just comes in, flashes right away, forces flash from Zeus. They go under Renekton. But he has an empowered Q. Nice slice and dice out of the fear tether. They get a nice stun down. Flash Q again. And Showmaker's here now. Jesus. That went badly. Really well played by D+, honestly.
early on.
Thank you, I am Bomo, for your Twitch Prime sub. I take all your Bezos bucks, guys. They are very much appreciated. Also, I have memberships open on YouTube now.
Maokai might not be that strong in these type of extended fights, but
New thumbnail had me cackling. YouTubers, how do you like my new thumbnail for YouTube? Did it make you click on my stream more?
Yeah, Showmaker arriving there, cherry on top of the cake. Normally, Talia has a lot of map presence, but as we pointed out, and this is partially due to the matchup, partially due to Showmaker just doing a great job. Right now, there is no opportunity to roam. As we take another look here, the empowered healing on the Q going off is so big here because it means that Kingen stays alive for so much longer, gets his Conqueror, and then the flash Q to ensure Zeus does not get...
Lucid plays this really well, actually.
So there also is an opportunity for him to maybe try...
Blowing the Aatrox's flash early prevented the follow-up. You know, this is just a split call, basically. Guys, if we're actually going to look at, you know, what happened here, is that, you know, it was a surprise. Like, Owner is looking for this gank, and they just flash right in. They play aggressively, and Owner can't get there in time. He's worried about, Zeus is worried about getting queued back into this Furied Renekton and getting stun locked, but he actually just can't provide any kind of damage. You know, everything misses, and Kingen plays that very well. Gets out of the fear tether. There's no crowd control. Is able to keep his flash-empowered Q. And then Lucid just, you know, plays defense, and Showmaker comes to finish him off. It's a nice run by Showmaker also. What's the red share diff from YouTube Ember versus Twitch sub? It's the same for me. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. This is not going to look good for him.
Owner doesn't have ult. So it's he isn't really in an opportunity either to easily fix this lane state. Oh, God.
My guy. He is desperate. I mean... What can you do except try to take some trades?
Premium on here is simply too convenient. Your best new change. Yeah, if you have YouTube Premium, I guess you get free months of membership on my channel as well. So I guess it's kind of like Twitch Prime, I guess. I don't know exactly how it works, but that's what I was told. And then also, I will, for premium members, I will release videos like power rankings and stuff early for members.
He's kind of caught between a rock wall and a hard place. He is desperate. I mean, what can you do except try to take some trades and look for something?
Sorry, I was looking at this right now. I mean, he's walking dangerously into river.
He is desperate. I mean, what can
it's a good wall by Faker. Bisects Showmaker and Lucid. And Carry is also on the roam, so he shouldn't be walking there, though. There's no point in doing that. It's a minute until next Drake. He should be focusing on top side at this point in time, I think. Not having flash is really hurting Zeus' ability to get kills in his last couple of ganks.
Yeah, neither of them had flash available, otherwise that could have gone very differently as well.
Kellen comes in, ult used by Kellen, and he will be just fine.
Really nice pick onto Lucid there. Well done by Faker.
This is YouTube favoritism. Look, man, I can't control the tools that the platforms allow me to use. Mazone! Hope you're having a great day so far. I hope you are having a great day so far, too, Mazone. I am having a perfectly fine day. Just getting more business deals done in the morning. Taking a little nap. Coming back fresh and ready. Because I was up until 2 a.m. last night for Power Spike.
And you're not in any rush. And this Renekton, every time he shows up now to a fight, T1 are really going to have to bring their A-game not to get run over by this crocodile.
Yeah. See, they're trying to pressure, aiming under the turret, but he's got Mom to help out here. Still gonna get a bit of poke damage down, and it's an Ocean Soul against this.
The real Bales. Thank you for your Twitch Prime sub.
Poke with Karma and Smolder. Sure, that is not the soul you were hoping for as T1. Try to snowball this into a bit more. Because now you're behind, and yeah, you've got a bunch of Drakes, but they're not going to be extremely useful in this one. As Showmaker looking for the play, is going to force the flash out, but did he go too far is the question. Owner is right here, and that is going to be the end of Showmaker's reign over this mid lane for now.
Big moment there as the mid jungle duo for T1.
Thank you, Avalon Blue, for your YouTube membership. Much appreciated. All right, let's take a look at this.
Big moment there.
Force the flash up. Because
Really
now you're behind, and yeah, you've got a bunch of Drakes.
surprising that they want to actually fight for grubs here. Showmaker dodges Talia W, flashes out, does get fear tethered. It's a nice counter gank.
Showmaker's reign over this mid lane for now.
Big moment there. As the mid jungle duo for T1 finds another successful play, keeping this gold even.
Oh, just turning on him. Smite. Ult. Double Q. Kellen's here. Oh, he didn't get enough fury. That's a bummer.
Really cute there from King, and he actually walked back and used one of the tiny mites to get his E so that he could get the second E. Didn't end up mattering because Owner was still holding on to the spell shield.
Do I know the results of the game? I do, but it is my first time watching them.
It does end up backfiring a little bit.
Is Guma okay? I'm not even sure, though. At least
Has to use Cleanse.
Cleanse comes out.
Karma already has Malignance. Interesting. All right, so they're having Karma actually go into the side lane just so aiming's in a 1v1. This is really bad by Showmaker, honestly. Like, why the fuck is he doing this when he knows that Nocturne ult is up and they're trying to take mites in top river? Or grubs, rather. It's bad. Aiming just getting a bunch of free stacks, though, from that harass. It's 77. His stacks are very low for this point in the game, but now that he's going to be in the top or in the mid lane, like, I like this, okay? Think about this. We don't see a lot of teams doing this, but this is actually a good macro move, I think. You move the Karma, who already has Malignance, so you hit the one-item power spike on the Karma, put Karma into the side lane versus the AD carry, and you give solo XP, you know, over to Smolder in the mid lane, and you can have your Melio kind of roam around the map. So you have the good Karma wave clear and harassment in the bot side. She's very safe.
He's just been put so far behind, and DK did such a great job, and Zeus was not able to match.
I have no idea why I continue to support the man that got me into a very abusive relationship with KT Rolster, but here we are 7 years later. Well, I've given up on KT this year. As soon as I saw this year's roster, I decided that I hated KT this year. So I'm hopeful that in the future KT can win my heart back, but I cannot support a Pioshik team, guys. That I have limits. I'm ride or die with my boy Keen now.
And they are looking to challenge this. Kingen is coming over. He is the raid boss right now on the side of DK. And they get it pretty much for free. Now we get the engage coming on in, and a nice blast going to...
That actually, blast cone is huge. That's actually huge. Still dies. It's really nice dodging by Showmaker, though.
And at least they do get that killed. So actually, T1 moving ahead in terms of the...
Yeah, T1, though, getting mid-turret is pretty fucking nice, because the whole purpose of getting this Herald is, you know, the ideal way to deal with this Herald is to either take a tier 2 in side lane or mid-turret, tier 1. And so if you're trading it for the tier 1 in mid, you're already, like, basically, you know, guaranteeing that tier 1 mid goes down, whereas the Herald might not do that, right? Man, Faker's been so good this season. His Talia walls have been on point, guys. But this is exactly how you want this to work. Now, the Talia wall is a bit problematic because Smolder obviously has E, so he can just go over the wall. But you want to isolate somebody so you can play super aggressive with Lucian's single target damage and just blow them the fuck up. So, you know, having this in the middle of the fights makes a lot of sense. That blast cone is super good. It's just sad that Showmaker couldn't also get over the wall here. It was close. It was real close. He dodges W, though.
Can he dodge everything forever? No, he cannot. As finally they do take him down, and at least they do get that killed. So actually T1 moving ahead in terms of the gold lead.
Big win there for T1 as the wave attempt to save, but there was another wave coming in, so I know about that one. They get the Herald, but they do have to really pay for it. I think there is the power of paranoia, because with full vision, we knew DK could have probably tried to turn around that fight, but giving up Showmaker by itself, not the end of the world. The big thing here, though, is that they already got the bot side turret, so they got a really big amount of gold from that. And then here, The blast cone ends up saving aiming, but unfortunately Showmaker, even though he stalls for a decent amount of time, Zeus still finds him. There you see, like, the health bars are full. They could have gone in, but they don't really know the landscape of the fight, so they opt not to run the risk. And now
Still not even 100 stacks, though, at 15 minutes.
Is it enough? Because Smolder, as we all know, can basically be non-existent, and as long
Trying
as
to just queue. There we go.
you can win the game.
There's no small raptors, but it will take the big raptor.
Shouldn't come as a surprise. Good by Lucid, and he also clicked on aim.
Oh, he took it with his pet.
Nice.
Rip.
Yeah. Clicked on the hypercarry.
That's the skill expression that I love to see in my League of Legends.
Yeah. I do think that
That bad play in mid cut shows Showmaker to die twice since he had no flash there. That's true. I mean, the play in mid really was pretty egregious into a Nocturne.
This one with his cleanse, and he will be okay. Gets the flash out of Lucid.
That's
a bit overzealous on that play.
Yeah, that's a win. Maybe they thought that he was out of his cleanse.
L clear 250 at 19. I mean, it depends on how well you do in your lane, too.
And the big thing do notice is that if there is no Crocodile, then DK really needs respect, because their AD carry isn't a real dragon yet. He's just a baby dragon. He's not even, you know, we're not even talking about close to Elder.
Not even 125.
This is Chemtech level. He really needs to chill.
Not a Chemtech Drake on your team.
Oh, they're going to commit to this.
Weren't you trying to get into CS World at some point? I was the commissioner of a Counter-Strike league for like 2.5 years. I think I successfully did that.
Without Zeus, without TP, they have to run away.
That's the big thing. DK, no, if we invest our TP, they cannot commit to this because Zeus can't join the fight. If they get a mid lane turret for this, there would still be a colossal win, as aiming is just going to walk up the wall.
Ball comes in, and yes, they are going to catch aiming, but this is under a turret, so...
With Milio. He does have to use his barrier, though, so that's nice.
They got the barrier.
Yeah!
Still not a good play.
Turret for this, there would still be a colossal win, as aiming is just going to walk up the wall.
Ball comes in, and yes, they are going to catch aiming, but this is...
I have no follow-up damage. They're not actually diving the turret.
With Milio.
Awkward.
He does have to use his barrier, though, so that's nice.
They got the barrier.
Yeah!
Still not a good play.
It wasn't. They might trade top side.
As an analyst commentator, I mean, getting into CS analysis would be very difficult for me because the competition is against with analysts who have been doing this for like 20 years, guys. So catching up is very hard in Counter-Strike. But I also just don't have ambition to, you know, go on to a... I have a family. Like, traveling 200 days a year on a competitive circuit sounds horrific right now. Plus, don't want to be the bitch of Saudi Arabia. Nice. All right. Lucid goes in, gets the combo. Owner flashes. But they take a lot of damage here. It's a nice flip. Faker has to flash out of the way of Lucid before W comes up. Where's W? Tether lands W, and he's dead.
Big shield's coming out, but he will die eventually. Question is, yep, Showmaker will be given the shutdown, and this is a massive swing in favor of DK. They should be able to take
very good for DK.
Ooh, Lucid. Is he going to get taken down here? Guma ends up going for the brush instead, so Lucid should be fine.
It's crazy they could do that when Lucid's ult wasn't even up.
End up picking up a topside turret. But then on the flip side, so did Kingen. So a lot of it is invested, but second item now...
How does someone break into the league casting scene outside of casting, breaking down games for content casually? You don't. That's the way to do it. And also, there probably is no breaking into the league casting scene because there's too many people who are already better known than you trying to do it and not getting very far. Because they keep cutting casting teams, making them smaller and smaller. Like, look at what happened to LPL. And paying less and less money. So my advice is it's a waste of time. Don't do it.
Too far forward, ends up having to pay with some of their lives. And now, I think aiming sitting at like 135. Once you pass the 125 threshold, it's going to rapidly accelerate. There we go. Already at 140 now.
He's been in mid for so long, too. I mean, they are very obviously trying to feed him as many stacks as possible. Like, they rotated him over as early as they possibly could. Emilio got him
it's at 144 now at 19. It's still... he stacks faster now, but it's still going to be a while.
Yeah, good call. I have a like 100%.
Just abandon
You saw the wall coming up, guys.
No, it was a bait. No, it was a misclick.
No, it wasn't a misclick. He saw the Talia wall.
As early as they possibly could.
What happens here is he goes inside.
Clutch in many situations actually kept
aiming.
what
I think he sees the Talia wall and he makes the decision. I don't think he. I mean, it's possible he misclicked going into.
Emilio got him through lane, and Emilio has been very clutch in many situations. Actually kept
Aiming?
what
That would be a weird misclick. I mean, he shouldn't be the one going into the Herald, obviously, but also like I guess he may have just been clicking back and clicked into it. But the Talia wall also. I guess he does start to curve it before the Talia wall comes up, but he wasn't going to get past that Talia wall anyway. So it doesn't matter.
Of all the people,
400 IQ baited out the Talia wall. Yeah.
didn't get the charge. Yeah, he should be lucky that he could steer away from certain death.
Yeah.
That would have been a tragedy.
Since when has Riot Games started to cut casting costs? For years. They basically have frozen caster rates for years now. Because they have a monopoly, so you can't negotiate with them. And they also just cut the number of casters that they use across leagues for the most part.
Which is not always easy, to be honest. And he also went for the Dream, I always call it the bubble support item. Dreammaker and Redemption. So it's going to be keeping him alive quite a lot here with the Knight's Vow that you point out. I mean, Smolder is going to be somewhat difficult to kill, I'd say, between the two of them and the amount of disengage that they have. You know, you've got Karma Shields as well. It's a pretty obnoxious comp to play into that DK have built here.
What if I'm a non-white female caster? You know, I think your odds might go up. If we're being real, I think you might have some better odds.
But they got like free 4 plates, perma prio. We're able to stack 2 dragons, but it was the top side of the map where the troubles really.
And unfortunately, there's.
Let's just say I doubt it would hurt you.
That is.
I doubt it would hurt your chances.
Yeah,
the biggest downfall of that.
That's the real issue versus a Smolder that now has his Shojin done as well. So those stacks going to come through even quicker. And now DK can decide, hey, we don't need to go for this fight. This is just soul point. Leave it be. TP comes in from Faker. 161. So I imagine DK is going to say, hey, we're just going to take mid lane turret and be happy with that.
Yeah. Lucid hits level 11 by smiting away the big raptor. Feel pretty good about that right before this fight does begin, as it does look like DK still wants to fight this one. Not willing to give away even the soul points. And
167 at 22 minutes. This is... They did a good job of keeping the Smolder down, guys, and preventing him from trading with abilities in the laning phase, but eventually he's going to be relevant. They just have to wait. I mean, you flash for Lucid flash for that. It's not worth. He trades flash for flash, I guess. Just give up this Drake. Like, you can actually afford to wait 5 minutes here if you're D+ to get your 225 stacks and just fight the next one, I think. All right, everybody just
really do much. And now they're
everybody's just using their ults.
Not sure about that one, owner. He is in a bit of trouble now, as Lucid also, but he is going to be saved by the
owner's trolling.
Doesn't really do much. And now they're going to go in onto King and
big heal straight into stun. Slice and dice onto owner.
Lucid also, but he is going to be saved by the Emilio once again.
All right.
Will go the jungler up T1. Although some low health bars here on the side of DK.
Thoughts on Lucid? He does not seem to be living up to his potential. I mean, I think he's been all right. He's made rookie mistakes, but he has no shot calling on his team.
I mean, aggressive. He has to. Like, he doesn't have a choice.
Yeah.
I think his team fighting has generally been quite strong.
This is their window, with Smolder still only sitting at 187. But yeah, so basically with Maokai, your engage just isn't that good. Like, your counter engage is great, but trying to force plays like that, you're not playing Rel. It's take a little bit easy.
Maybe he thought he was playing Rel.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's been playing like it. Like, with Maokai, you just can't really make the plays the way that you do with Rel, even though you have point and click CC and great lockdown, unless it's in a pick situation. But now, like, aiming might actually hit it. Like, look at the way that the poke is being invalidated.
Man.
Whereas the poke from DK, whoo, Horizon focus coming up big there.
Yeah.
That's second Drake going over.
And the more you get these Ocean Drakes, the more the poke wars will go.
This is great for D+, actually.
They were already winning them, and they're gonna have
This
two
is
Ocean
great.
Drakes. They're denying T1
Having a
assault,
fat
and
front
they're snapping
line
their smolder
with
for free. Aiming is 2-0.
Karma and
It's almost
Maokai and
2-5.
Renekton with the possibility of an Ocean Soul feels pretty good for D+. Plus, they can extend the game now.
Wait and stall comp. And get
Yeah,
your
it's
smolder
not bad. He's almost at 200 stacks. He's getting there. Should get there by, like, what, 26 minutes probably?
Such a massive lead in the top lane. Just makes it even more comfortable.
Why is aiming underperforming compared to last year? Well,
There are compositions if you have like
he was on a team that had shot calling last year that probably prevented his brain from doing the aiming things that it does because there was some sort of override,
Hingen's like baiting them. He's like, please go on me.
the Lehen's override. And also, I mean, aiming is an extremely high resource scaling AD carry player. So the meta, especially with Zeri, was very good for him.
Two AD champs jumping on him with his steel caps done as well.
Do you stream watching VODs of other regions as well? Yeah, I stream
Now, two
all
Drakes
regions.
available here.
I watch Bangers Only is the curation of professional League of Legends, guys.
Right over T1
The
still
last few days I've been streaming like
getting really worried.
LEC and LCS games. LPL games. I did last one I did was what? FPX versus JDG, then a bunch of LEC games.
You know, like you can itemize as much as you want, but the comp diff might be a bit too big. As Lucy
I'm in Korea
Zoning all.
at the moment.
Zone them away from the middle
Not
there
even-
for 2
not-
seconds.
not even-
I left the US in September of last year.
Oh, I thought you already put the POG vote in the jungle box already. No.
You know that you're joking.
Top versus JDG today? I know. We're going to watch that one tomorrow, guys. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, and I mean DK, they're just sitting around, and that's fine. Because for them, that's all they need to do, right?
They're
Like,
just sitting. You know the meme
sitting there
format,
menacingly.
or like it's just Velda. It's just a headshot of you saying they're sitting around, and that is fine. I wanna someone make that.
226, just past the 225 mark.
Happy Dragon. He got rapid fire cannon done as well. He has Kellen, giving him even more range. We have this unstoppable crocodile. The only thing I think that stands between this small to winning the game is just DK's natural talent for not winning games from this position. They do really.
We
have
did it.
shown us
26 minutes, right?
they have the capability
I was
to
right on the
win
nose
this game.
with that
I think
timing.
it's really hard for T1 to rely
Will
on
you
the
eventually be a guest on
zone.
LCK broadcast? No.
I think aiming is just going to start 1v9ing these team fights with comp that's
I have no desire to do that.
You know, you might look at the gold and say, well, T1 are ahead. Like, doesn't that mean something? I would say that they just don't use the gold as well, especially as the game goes along. Like, yes, Guma is quite fed. And he can burst people down, especially Lucid out of position. These are the picks you're going to be looking for if you are T1. As Lucid's going in, actually...
Man,
yes,
Faker's walls have been really on point.
and he
He's
can
having a
burst
great
people down,
season.
especially Lucid out of position. These are the... I would say that they just don't use the gold.
Lucid has not been respectful enough this game. You know, walking into the bot river, trying to do Gromp here.
And he can burst people down.
You have to remember you're playing against Talia and Nocturne. And also, I mean, T1 is just the best pick team in the world. So you have to realize that they will find ways to engage on you, even if you're slightly out of position. That is their whole identity. Now they do Baron. So I guess it's just over because Lucid did Gromp. It reminds me of that Fnatic game. The Fnatic game where they were ahead and Razorka just did Gromp to lose.
Over to their side, and now DK a bit out of position, getting TP'd behind. Went in.
Yeah, it's super wacky, this play, because he has ult and flash up, right? He can flash over to Leah Wall, but instead he flashes to go on to Faker. I mean, who is going to follow up in that circumstance?
Let's see if they want to start it up.
Oh, really rough there by Lucid. If he flashes over the wall immediately, then maybe they're able to get out of here alive. Instead, he ends up going down. That's no smite. This might have been the turn that T1 were looking for.
Faker just mind controlled him to waste flash.
Throw in Mom just to poke a bit, but yeah, this should be a free Baron over to their side, and now DK a bit out of position, getting TP'd behind. Faker could easily thread on a wall. Nice amount of poke damage is coming out from the side of DK, and T1 just one.
Faker doesn't have wall, Valdez. He just used it.
They don't want to risk it. Instead, just trying to get prio here in mid.
Imagine if they had a Maokai.
Yeah.
Would you say Faker has maintained consistency throughout his career? I mean, he definitely wasn't as good. Like, he's been really good the last 2 spring splits, I would say. So this year's spring and last year's spring. But, you know, he's transformed himself into much more of an in-game leader and role player on his team and shot caller. I mean, he's probably the second best mid in LCK this split. He's doing great, don't get me wrong. But he's not, like, the crazy dominant player that he was 2013 through 2016. Like, that was, I mean, his peak in those years was bonkers. But the amazing thing really is that he's transformed himself into a different kind of player. And there's no guarantee that a player like becomes an effective, you know, macro leader in game from being a micro lane god.
They are going up against Baron buffed T1 at the moment to make it a bit more difficult.
Faker looking for a wall angle here.
So he's found a different way to be extremely good. Right, he has now transformed his decade of game knowledge into, you know, being a leader on a roster with a bunch of young, mechanically gifted players that he can puppet master, all while still being very good himself.
They know he's there, and it seems like they want to go forward. Here comes the tidal wave. Might catch Kellen. A nice amount of burst damage does come out from Guma, as now trying to go on the chase. They know he's there. It seems like they want to go forward. Here comes the tidal wave.
Tidal wave as an engaged tool is pretty ineffective. Kingin actually flashes the wall here, tries to catch out Faker, forces Faker's flash, culling onto the front line. When did Lucid use ult? He used it here. I have not been impressed with Lucid's ult usage this game, guys, because he uses it. Yeah, that ult, not great. It'd be much better if they had it once they got here onto Drake priority. So Faker no flash right now. Paranoia is gone. Talia wall is gone. Like all ults except for Aatrox ult are gone. Smolder ult still here. Milio ult, very importantly, is still around. Oh my god, he caught aiming buddy.
Trying to make himself felt at this point in the game before it goes.
Keria literally just walks up and bubbles him.
Too much farther. Aiming is going to get bubbled as he does have that very aggressive positioning. Here comes Mom as they have the engage from behind onto.
Okay, he kites him out with E. Renekton said, "Oh my! What a great play by Zeus, guys! Look at this. He baits him so hard. So he E's out of the chains, right? And Zeus walks back, pretending that he's not going to go back in. He's using the Ocean Soul map brush here, starts his animation, and just flashes on top of aiming. Dude, aiming getting caught in the front line here is, I mean, this is so bad. But huge play by Zeus.
Yes, DK will get the dragon, but they are getting absolutely swept off the map here, as it will be a clean ace in favor of T1 on the dragon fight.
Do not worry, says T1.
Including the Vitality versus BDS you promised yesterday. Yeah, hopefully we'll get around to that.
Moment of weakness, and that moment of weakness DK did give them. It starts with the Baron, but that I think they could have come back from. Now, one
will be. They take away aiming.
I mean, he gets. I mean, aiming like doesn't flash in any of these situations. He doesn't flash bubble. He gets out of this one, and that's correct. But they literally have eyes on him because Lucid is in this brush, and he doesn't respect the fact that this Aatrox can just flash during that animation. Like, you do kind of have to preemptively flash that, but I mean, dying, like getting hit by bubble and by that engage is pretty shitty. That's it. Bad team fighting from aiming, honestly. Very bad.
Do not worry, says T1. All we need.
And Maokai ult has been used egregiously badly this game. by Lucid. Like, this is what I'm talking about with D plus guys. Like, so why are we trying to create picks with Maokai ult? You know, they really struggle with like win condition. You know, Maokai ult is for peeling in this composition. The only thing you're trying to accomplish is peeling for aiming. So why are we using it to like shove out the mid lane? You need to use it for counter engage because you're trying to make a shield wall and use karma shields and speed to kite. Right? Like, don't use it aggressively. Wait until they use Paranoia or Talia Wall or Tidal Wave, and then use the Maokai ult to prevent the engage. Like, you just, in a different style of composition, guys, you can engage with the Maokai ultimate, but your whole composition is built around Smolder. D Plus's like macro is so bad.
They're up in the stratosphere, Valdez. And yeah, you got a soul point. Not going to be the difference maker.
Yeah, I mean, they were staking their claim on that one, and they had already taken so much damage. And the fact, it's going to get split up here, so Kingan's going to go into the back line as Zeus does.
I mean, because like the thing is that aiming forces Kellen to use ult on him early because he gets hit by bubble instead of flashing it.
The one that goes down.
Aiming, trying to move forward, gets hit. The thing is, though, I felt like they actually turned a corner.
Owner almost died there to the execute, but doesn't. You know, it's Zeus is in vision. Like, if he was in this brush and didn't have vision, it would be more excusable, but
still
whatever.
By Zeus on top of him, lethality Aatrox. The man was scaling all along, and
I'd say don't run at the Aatrox with flash.
I mean, it's also things like, why is Kingan going in here?
Kingan's going to go into the back line as Zeus does, but Kingan is the one that goes down.
Right, he's trying to provide room, but basically Kingan's not doing his job either. Kingan's job is to guard flanks. Like, he is the one who should be probably looking for Zeus on this flank and marking him. And after the Drake is dead, remember, the Drake just dies here to ult, smite. And all Kingan has to do is then zone out this front line. They have no ults, remember. The only ult they have is Aatrox ult. And so all he has to do is just provide frontline interference so that they can collapse on the Aatrox and kill him. And instead he goes in onto Owner. It's very bad, guys. Like, D plus is fucking fraudulent. This team is bad.
I'd say don't run at the Aatrox with flash. That would be... He said, this is good.
Chua. I like it.
Smolder low. And really, that was it. I mean, got him as well. If DK were able to maintain a front line and not get Aatroxed in the face, they might have been okay. But the second that aiming gets engaged...
Do you think Chovy will finally get his redemption arc this year? I hope so, man, but, you know, I am concerned about Chovy and Keen's international performances.
Yeah, there are a couple of key problems there. Obviously,
maybe Canyon can save them with his great international performances.
When you pick Maokai in a composition like this, you gotta stop using his ultimate as an engaged. It just doesn't work. Like, every single time, because they have Nami, they have so much speed.
Have I missed the new tier list? No, I haven't recorded it yet, guys.
And then secondly, you're always going to have to be on the front foot if you are playing smaller, because you want to try and get as many Qs off as possible. But at the same time, I feel like we should stop falling for the, oh, look at lethality Aatrox. He is low. No, he's not. It's not real.
So now it's a 10,000 gold lead, and it's not possible to win, especially with the way that D Plus is playing. The throws by aiming and Lucid have been real. Or Showmaker, man. Even Kingan's was pretty good this game, outside of that last fight.
Is the one that's trying to push everybody away, and he does have an insane amount of damage. Look at Lucid's health bar. He's got 2 armor items as well. Doesn't seem to matter as Nature's Grasp comes in, and they kind of laugh at them as they are not engaging into that. They get the Baron, and now they're just running away. Free Baron here for the set at T1. DK could do nothing about that.
Lucid, only level 13. He is so weak, so good.
Last time I rode a horse,
So,
Maybe when I was playing polo in college. It's been a long time. I've probably ridden a horse since then.
That's Nexus.
It's been a while though, guys.
If it was 15 seconds earlier, that would have worked. Wait,
I should go horseback riding. When I get back to Colorado, guys,
Like, they could
I will
have
go
given
ride
it
horses
probably.
again.
Looks for the end there, especially with Baron.
Well, they're probably going to lose that inhibitor anyway. try to find whatever angle I can to get.
It's the best first message I've seen in years.
Trying to be as
Safamia, do you even follow me?
you know, as Wolf has said many times.
Where did I
this year,
study?
if you don't have
What?
anything nice
What
to
did you
say,
study?
just,
English literature.
say something else.
I need a gin recommendation. Empress. There you go.
Nice if they could get it.
Serpent's Fang, the value, Veldas. The shielding that's getting reduced. I think they have two as well. If I saw correctly, I think Zeus also built one.
Thoughts on Jane Austen?
Right? So
She's okay.
Tanky, right?
All right, getting in on the Faker, the engage with the W comes out once again, but Ingo's owner trying to zone away, and now Lucid is getting chunked out. Down he will go, King and Lucid.
Shout out to
all
Mr. Darcy.
alone as the rest of them got pushed away by owner, who is surprisingly tanky. He's buying so much time, he's gonna flash away, and there is the massive damage coming out from Zeus and Faker into that back line. And that should do it, guys. T1, they find the angle in the team fight. The TP goes into the top lane, and this game will end in favor of T1.
What LCK and LPL teams do I like? Gen G and
Not even a moment of
I think
worry.
BLG is probably my favorite right now, but FPX is really fun.
What did we learn? I don't know. I'm glad that we have our space, I'm sure, standing, waiting, ready to tell
Well,
us.
I feel so sad watching D+, guys.
Yeah.
That was such a winnable game for them, but they don't know how to actually play win conditions of their comps. Really fucking bad team
There was the
fighting.
fight at the end as well, where owner basically ulted in, but then because no one on DK knew what the rest of the follow-up was, they couldn't even kill him. Like, he actually stayed alive for a large part of it. Does mean that so many big picks are still open right now. Corky ban dropping, though, that's good. That's a good.
Oh, Gecko, thank you for your YouTube membership notification. I'm not sure, or YouTube membership, I don't know why it didn't pop, but I can shout you out.
As you were mentioning. Karma's going to be taken away here, so now that leaves Sejuani up as a difference from game number 1. So, again, Callista available, Sejuani available this time.
You mentioned Scythe, the board game on the last SI episode. Are you still playing it? Yeah, look, I love Scythe. I don't have a copy of Scythe with me in Korea, but I love board games, guys. I'm hardcore, man. I fucking play Twilight Imperium for like 12 hours. I go hard as fuck on board games. I don't know about Zombie Side. Have you tried Root? No, I've heard Root is good though. I've heard really good things about Root. Terraforming Mars, was playing that quite a bit before I left the States. Scythe is great. I own a lot of board games, guys. Dead of Winter. Dead of Winter's fun. Papa Smithy likes that game. I played it with him. I have not played Gloomhaven. I would love to do that. The game I really want to play, guys, is Kingdom Death Monster. That's the banger game I want to play. How good is my Korean? Passable. I can get basic shit done. Betrayal of House on the Hill. Yeah, I play a lot of that too. Felchmaster, he of the amazing name. Thank you for your Twitch Prime, or your regular subscription. Is this where us raccoons learn what real food is like? Yeah. All right, here we go. Next game. Game 2. Is Twilight Imperium easy to get into? No. And you have to have people who are really committed, and it will take you 12 hours to play for your first couple of times. So you actually have to like block out literally an entire day. And you have to ban everybody from using phones because otherwise the game will take fucking forever. So you really have to find the right group of like 6 people. It is so fun, though. It is so fun. If you have the right group of people, it is one of the best experiences in all of gaming, in my opinion.
Don't feel confident to play into Lucian Nami, they'll just pick it instead.
All right. So, Karma actually going to be banned this game. T1 on the red side once again. Nocturne. Okay, so Orianna, Nocturne, Ashe. Lucian going to be taken away. I don't know why the Lucian priority is so high over here. They take Aatrox Nami, so will it be Lucian Milio this time around? Lee Sin not banned, so that gets taken early by Lucid. Interesting.
Off the wall, but particularly into compositions that don't have built-in hard engage, like playing into a Nami.
Yeah, I mean, seems interesting. Although you have to be very concerned because Guma's a Draven player. Like, Draven Nami into Sona might be very scary.
With the as well as some empowered orders. Oh, that's
not Draven.
Oh, that. Okay, I actually would have loved Anila. I feel like Sona does just kind of fold if you have something that can get on top of her guaranteed. That's not going to be the case. It is Darrell, which is, I'd argue, owner's best pick at the moment. Obviously, it's not meta for a lot of.
Okay, Cassante ban, Renekton ban against Kayn. There's the Draven ban. So they are aware that the Draven is definitely a huge risk. It could have just been Draven Nami right there, though. I wonder how this game would have played out. Hui going to be banned for Faker. Annie.
Has been a traditional
okay, so we've got a bunch of like hard engage, hard CC with Sona and Annie. But they need some sort of, I think they need more carry potential out of the top side. Are they just going to pick Gnar?
Not sure how I feel about
all right, this is a huge amount of hard CC now with the Gnar. But I don't know, guys. After that last game and Aiming's teamfight positioning, maybe I don't want Aiming as the like big Giga carry in this game. Good pick potential, though. And it'll be Caitlyn Nami. Okay. Still seems pretty brutal to play in the bot side with the Sona.
I think it's a little bit scary.
I think it's pretty fun that T1 didn't just select a handshake. You know, they have really thrown a wrench into this draft entirely by picking the Nami away. And generally, it would just be like, okay, well, we're just going to play Draven and, you know, just do whatever, and maybe it's Lucian Milio, but we get to see some new stuff coming out here because
thanks for pinning the draft, Naja fan.
I would have loved to just pick Draven, though, because I feel like then, like, playing Draven, Nami into Sona seems like the best case scenario.
Yeah, I really think they probably should have picked Draven there. But Caitlyn's still good.
Junglers still up. Like, Rel obviously is the best one, but I think both Maokai and Sejuani were still
Root's insta-win mechanics are so frustrating. I haven't played the game yet.
That gives you a lot of breathing room in other,
by the way, guys, follow on Twitch, subscribe onto my YouTube, please. Appreciate it.
But we get a fun draft, fellas, and that's worth something.
Yeah.
We get Sona, we get Annie, D+, at the forefront of the meta development. Are they good? I don't know. We'll see. I thought they were good last game, and then they obviously didn't manage to.
These 280 carries both love that pick as we hop out of the rift for game 2. D+ Kia, Hana, during set.
D+ Kia, fighting. Yeah.
T1, Hana, during set. T1, fighting.
I'm glad they're back to live gameplay in the studio.
Both ends of the register.
The fans are out in force. Hopefully they will actually be soon.
Do you have a Discord channel? I do, but I haven't. I need to like revive it from the dead.
And we did the fan chants, so it counts.
Oh, is he just gonna go lethality?
Yeah.
That makes sense, actually. There's no real front line on the enemy team. If you get a lead on lethality Kayn in particular, it can be really something. Could it, of course, also be just for the early trading? But generally with Halo Blades, I would imagine that you want to look towards specifically lethality. Lethal tempo on Caitlyn just feels so insanely strong when you get to the later stages of the game.
Eldritch Horror is a game I like as well. You know, when I go skiing with a bunch of people, we play
Winning lane.
Eldritch Horror and Secret Hitler with large groups of people. Those are really fun
For the
games.
E, as you do. But yeah, the first few trades not going to be very fun. Do see here, unsurprisingly, a lot of scorching going on. PTA also for aiming. Not playing with Nami. We generally see Lucians go for this rune, obviously able to proc it really, really quickly. I want to see this bot lane.
Yeah, playing Secret Hitler while drinking with like 12 people is peak entertainment.
Has not played this pick this year, and so far it looks like this is going pretty well.
And I like, you know, with family and friends, I also play like Azul and Codenames.
As it has been exactly 356 days since Kellen himself won against Hum Life Esports Life at the time, as they hit level 2 and can't quite hit much afterwards.
He is a real enchanter enjoyer, I think, Kellen.
Yeah.
Was at once upon a time also contesting for the title of our best Renata, but in general, I think his worst performances have been on. Not that these are times where he's good in engage reports, but really his Worlds performance, I think, really was the standout in, unfortunately, a negative sense. As Guma, he doesn't pick Caitlyn often, but when he does,
Yeah, he's definitely one of the best Caitlyn players in the world. So, you know, if you can't get the Draven, I guess they figured they would go ahead and pick the Rel because they could play the Caitlyn here. And Good was probably like, well, I can play either Draven or Caitlyn. They're probably not going to ban both of them.
so just like,
Yeah.
no.
So already having to recall early though hurts bad. It gets a refillable pot.
Lux lane went wrong, and
I can
just
only
fell behind.
imagine it's like against Nongshim and it's Jiwoo on Neil, like something like
Yeah.
there's no way that they pick Caitlyn against like Genji and then lose, right? I feel like that is a very specific type of scenario. Is
Yeah.
already the early levels feeling great here for the Caitlyn Nami. First play picked up, right on track, and Kellen not able to get anything going here early on.
Do I ever miss Korea? I'm
Possible fight.
literally in Korea right now.
Doesn't
Oh,
get
that was
spotted.
close.
Could've been big. But
So
Gets spotted
not
here.
currently.
Faker's already TP'd, so right now sitting on a pretty big health lead. We'll see if Lucid is able to actually take this away. Does have a smite available and Owner doesn't, so should be completely fine. We'll just take that and it'll be an even trade. Doesn't spot the ward.
Yeah, just
But do you
run
miss
around,
it? No, Susie. I find myself
dodge a rune,
perfectly
but
contented with
also
Korea
sees
at the
his
present
big
point in
lead his
time.
favor, so Zeus not going to continue that trade. Started off pretty well.
Wonder what the build from Kellen is going to be as well. If he's going to go for
Which part of Seoul do you live in? I don't live in Seoul. I live in Incheon.
last game. As I love personally having an exhaust built into my champions kit, as we saw there. Really happy you went for this Sona skin as well, because it really doesn't get more obvious in terms of finding yourself an indicator than damage down. So with
Yeah.
Sona, if you get the empowered auto on her, I think it's her W. Yeah, then the damage reduction is kind of insane.
It's large.
Are there any places to ski and board in Korea? I mean, they did have the Winter Olympics here, so yes, but the skiing's pretty shit. It's all fake snow.
Looks like Carrie has
I've been
76
skiing at Pyeongchang,
dollars.
where the Olympics were held.
Meanwhile,
I probably will go skiing next year. Like, I've been invited by some of, like, Achilleos and Atlas, but I just couldn't go because we had a new baby.
Close enough.
What I really want to do is go to Japan to go skiing, where the skiing is much better.
after the little might denied him the Q steal, and Owner will just take 2 and go away.
Lucid got his one. That's all that you'd really want to ensure. We've still not seen the Grubs be really getting... If we had a top lane split push meta, I feel like they would be much more important, but that's the...
And T1 is very good at using 5 or 6 scrubs, but it's just not worth it, especially because you can just take one, and that forces a really awkward decision onto your opponent, which is like, how much do I want to prioritize getting the second set of grubs where I definitely have to get all 3 to get to 5? And, you know, if the other jungler just walks up and smites one, then I only get 4 and life sucks. So, you know, getting 1 pretty much shuts down the strategy because it just becomes too risky to go for all of the next 3.
Behind, like, very far. We're talking like 2 kills, 20 farm. I mean, he was pretty close to that in the last game.
I mean, he was though.
But yeah, I guess even then, you know, you just press your Q3 onto the AD carry and it's all good. I mean, that's just the Aatrox way. The fact that you can have such survivability while doing an intense amount of damage is allows him to stay relevant.
How did I decide to move to Korea to cast LCK with Doa? Because it was a fucking life-changing opportunity, so I went and did it.
The W stun comes through and Faker.
Ooh, okay. I mean, Ari into Annie feels probably not very good because basically she can stun you, right? And if you dash in, like if she has full stacks and you dash in, she just like fucking Q stuns you, and that's it.
Zoner gets followed up on, but he will get away. Credit to Showmaker.
I mean, Faker looked really good on Talia last game.
Credit where credit is due. Zeus was also the best at actual lethality Aatrox, you know, the Duskblade Aatrox.
I mean, that's crazy, though, that he just walks up in this situation. Right? I guess he thinks, like... I guess he thinks, oh, Tibbers is already down, but he's taken a huge amount of HP damage, and he's trying to get his orb across the 3 remaining minions. But he ends up having to use ult, flash, and then it's, you know, flash over from Lucid to finish the kill. Showmaker can't restack his stun fast enough, though. But pretty sloppy. I mean, I guess he did get 2 flashes for 1, but...
Wonder if the burn would have been enough, but Lucid there flashes over the Q to ensure that they actually get the lockdown. And Faker, of course, being Ari, is highly mobile, so they wanted to just ensure that they did, in fact, get the kill.
I mean, it doesn't matter if he levels up from those minions because he was already 6.
And if it was
so,
just a Dirk,
there's still no point.
And lethal tempo, I would imagine it's just for laning power. As we take another look, that's
yeah, he gets the bomb dropped on him early, the Tibbers bomb.
He did press R.
He pressed R with full stacks.
Faker's like, it's fine. I need these minions.
And then he just walks back in, even though he sees Showmaker is fully stacked up again. All right, well.
I think flash W, and then here as well. Yeah, actually, I don't think he would have died. So nicely done. Otherwise, he could have made his way over the wall. A little moment of redemption there for Lucid. As the bubble. Ooh, Callan is low.
Owner.
Levels
See
up.
if he can get it done. The Q is going to miss. Flashes the jump. And with the calling, that is going to push them away. Kellen now down a flash and a heal. Carry trading the heal, I suppose.
Oh, and because of the Faker roam and the opportunity for a redive, they...
Thank you, Galapagos Finch.
Lucid is towards the top side of the map, but...
For your Twitch Prime sub.
At least they survived the initial blow. They're able to catch the wave, and it looks like T1 doesn't want to risk it. Tier also picked up by Kellen. This is something that we see very often on Sona. Don't even necessarily need to build it into anything, but their mana cost can be quite rough to deal with, particularly in the early game before you get any mana regen items. I'm going to try and be able to spam as much as possible. As we do have Lucid towards the top side here. King and might be looking for an extended play.
Yeah, he definitely is trying to get something done. Owner's on the way as well, but pretty far away at this point. Zeus, World Ender, gonna push them away, just trying to buy time for Owner to get over. And with the flash on the Q, he's just gonna say, never mind, not gonna take any chances. Lane's going decently enough, and I'll just accept my flash.
Nice attempt there from DK. They do get the flash out of it, so successful play. Wave state is a little bit rough here, but King should be able to TP back with a large amount of money in his pocket. And if he spends that, he should be fine and able to fix it. Might be an opportunity for Owner here, though, to try and punish this Gnar. And if you immediately get the flash out of him, could be a big win, as really crisp timing here from the Rel.
Out comes through, and he elects not to flash just yet. Let's see if he can survive. He's going to flash the Q3, and that will be enough. Keeps a decent health bar as well, and now...
Okay, this triggers a Drake play on the other side of the map because they see the Rel gank in top, so just cross-mapping.
Checking, as they do really need this Drake, and Lucid needs to be a little bit careful. But this
Kellen's not 6 yet. This is dangerous.
That was Lucian. And you just go in and you like, no, can't do that. Drake will get taken as Kellen takes a bullet for aiming.
Yeah. I'm not sure how much longer in the game he's going to be able to do that, though, because once the Caitlyn builds a couple items that are lethality,
oh yeah,
that's going to hurt a lot if you have no armor. Lucid continuing to stick around. The dash onto the trap, not the play I was looking for in this game.
Not ideal, Veldes.
But that is going to get his cleanse away as Lucid once again just being annoying little Lee Sin, let's say. Here comes the World Ender, Zeus.
It's a wave clear roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of unfortunate that all the minions get feared away.
6.
Q's going to miss here from Lucid, and he's up 2 levels somehow. Not sure how he managed that. But,
Faker. Nice trade there. Big chunk. Well, I say trade. Showmaker didn't do anything back.
yeah, I'm sure you guys remember in the past, the Annie meta was you cast Tibbers on them so that they don't get to play the game. Has gotten nerfed quite a bit since those days. She fell out of the meta. But
Annie's been played in other regions, though. Like, FBX has played Annie as well. Just as an enabling champion, and particularly for Milky Way.
Yep.
But, I mean, I think the issue this game is, like, we're kind of, like, all in on the Lucian in this game. You know, there is no Smolder. There is no bot lane hyper carry. There is no jungle carry. So it does feel a little weird.
I mean, they're going to be on a pretty long chase. This is essentially a 1v1.
Yeah, I like what FBX has been doing with lots of Karma and, you know, Annie, these kind of picks, but Lucid's just popping off, though. Oh, yeah, hit by a charm. Nice charm. So it has flashback up.
Two flash on in to continue that one. It looked insanely cool. It was, but it's not going to save his support. Flash away from this one, but here comes Showmaker.
Play.
I mean, Showmaker's TP here is absolutely mega on the deep ward. Just prevents any kind of escape. Double Tibbers, stun. Showmaker's been playing really well this split, guys. He's getting trolled by his teammates.
Two flash on in to continue that one. It looked insanely cool. It was, but it's not going to save his support as Lucid can just run away from that one.
They might look for a dive and Guma here. Faker. Oh, never mind. He's TPing in.
Yeah, he's going to TP. And that is.
Why is the fight even happening? Because we need to walk into river because Owner decides to do a very questionable invade. So he's trying to use bot in mid pressure and Annie recall to take away a red buff, and Lucid is there. And Lucid already has Sundered Sky completed, so he is capable of winning this 1v1. And so that's why we see other players going to the river, but they don't communicate that Showmaker's TP is up, so Showmaker TP's in while they're trying to save Owner from his shitty-ass Rel invade against Sundered Sky Lee Sin, and then he ends up getting Keria killed as well. So really, we blame Owner for invading on Rel with a Knight's... He didn't even have Knight's Vow completed yet.
His support as Lucid can just run away from that one.
They might look for a dive and Guma here. Faker.
What is he want to die? Is Faker just want to... Okay.
And that is going to get them away.
Who is he going to kill? Remember... Okay, he's just going to get stunned by Annie?
Comes in, and Guma's just left out to dry. They didn't know that Lucid was still in the bottom side of the map. Rush coming on in. Faker, let's see how far he wants to go.
Faker. Oh, never mind.
I have no idea what they're thinking. Like, Faker literally sees Lucid here. He sees Lucid leave, and he's going back towards the bot side. They're obviously very concerned about Gumayushi because he's now alone under the turret after Keria and Owner died.
Lucid can just run away from that one.
They might look for a dive and Guma here. Faker.
And so Showmaker's here to make the play. They TP in, so this is where they back off a little bit. But why is Faker going in right now? I guess he sees aiming has no mana, and he thinks they can do something, but Showmaker is still here. Lucid still has kick. He didn't use it in the last fight. And that's the thing about Annie, guys, is that against Ahri, you just have a targeted stun, so... And Lucid has Sundered Sky, so he just autos both of the... He autos... So he just gets a heal here. Then he goes, oh, I'll just auto you. Big heal there, plus Sona heal.
And now it is so much worse as DK going to pick up so much gold in the bottom
just super wacky that they decide to continue that play in spite of the fact that they literally saw
They might look for a dive and Guma here.
Annie with a fully stacked stun. And that, you know, DK's like, nah, I don't want this. And then Faker's like, but what if I just walked at them?
Nice. Here the kick comes in,
All right.
and Guma's just left out to dry. They didn't know that Lucid was
Really
still
badly
in the
played by
bottom side of the
T1.
map, and
Owner
now
trolled, though.
it is so much worse as DK going to pick up so much gold in the bottom lane with this play.
Opportunity Caitlyn. Opportunity Hail of Blades Caitlyn.
For DK Valdez, as it all starts off with Owner going for an ill-advised invade, and it snowballs into so much more as Kingen doesn't have his flash this time around.
He doesn't have his hop either. He's in a lot of trouble. He's gonna
Just a
dodge
bit of
the
happy
first
gaming
one.
from
He's gonna
T1, guys. Don't worry about it.
Q, and he is running so fast on this little mini Gnar, but it's not gonna matter at the end of the day.
Oh, hats off, hats off.
Nice try.
So close.
The Q, and he is running so fast on this little mini Gnar, but it's not gonna matter at the end of the day.
Oh, hats off, hats off.
Nice try.
So close. Not good enough, unfortunately. Very important gank there because there was no point of hope for T1 on the map, and now there's topside. So that's something Zeus does actually get.
Did you notice, by the way, Owner put his Knight's Vow on the Aatrox?
That actually is a.
He knows where his bread is
Yeah,
buttered.
no, great choice. Obviously, might be swapping it around, but
Yeah, he'll swap the Knight's Vow around.
So, Owner
What the fuck, Owner, man?
I imagine he was expecting Lucid to go toward the top side.
Just gets conk full procced on him, too. Leeson's just running around.
No counterplay. I don't know who placed that ward. Might have been Callum, might have been Lucid, but that ward absolutely
was
game-changing.
That charm was slick.
Yeah, that charm Faker was. The charms have been really on point,
Yeah.
but all it does is extends the.
Thoughts on G2's chances at internationals this year? I mean, I think G2 is the top 8 team in the world right now.
Yep.
So,
That's all we got.
just like last year, I think they can make like quarters
Very unfortunate there for Callum.
of an international event. I don't think they'll beat any of the Asian teams going to MSI, but Worlds might be a different story.
Okay, trying to make another play. He does have the Dragon Kick, but just trying to make his presence known. Maybe.
The charms have
Yeah,
been
why
really
was
on
Kellen
point,
dead when we come out of replay?
But all it does is extends the play, forces the.
Oh, he literally just gets bubbled over a wall and dies. It's a blind bubble, though.
That charm was slick.
Yeah, that charm Faker was. The charms have been really on point.
They had just cleared that ward, and so they Carria predicts bubble straight into just getting blown up by headshot. Opportunity, dude. That was the opportunity Caitlyn power spike from the bye.
He's dead. And he is very unfortunate there for Kellen. Sona does not give you a lot of room for mistakes as Lucid.
Okay, trying to make another play. He does have the Dragon Kick, but just trying to make his presence known. Maybe stop him from taking the turret, as it has been chunked out quite a bit already in this game.
Both these junglers really get the opposite experience, where now it's Owner that doesn't get anything. And he's just sitting on Knight's Vow. Kellen ends up going down there to the bubble and then gets chunked, but they feel relatively safe still because I think Kellen still has his ultimate available, as does aiming. And in the 2v2 in particular, oh, it's going to just be, yeah, beautiful timing on the bubble.
It's a predicted bubble with opportunity
Yep.
off cooldown so they can deal a bunch of upfront
They
damage.
have to do a little bit of damage.
All right, so we're just going to get a free Drake here.
But Showmaker's here to turn around the trade. Gets there at the perfect timing. Not sure how he sniffed that one out, but excellently done, and that is going to stop T1's dive. They put an end to the Aatrox's reign for now.
We know they only delay the
For now.
inevitable, but really big roam there from
Really
Showmaker.
bigly.
Very bigly roam.
He's turning into Donald Trump, guys.
We know they only delay the
For now.
inevitable, but really big roam there from Showmaker.
Very bigly roam.
My language today is not really on point. One of my friends from the Netherlands is over, and I actually think that really got me. You know, I swapped away from English for a little bit, and it's
That was it. That was the end.
it was just immediately over as the Herald gets picked up here. Showmaker?
Yeah, Owner, he does have Faker nearby. Charm, max range going to hit Lucid, but they do not want to fight this.
No.
So, just going to get him out of dodge, and he should be okay.
as we chill a little bit, I gotta say, when it comes to compositions that enjoy Chemtech Drakes, at least individual ones, DK is looking great. I thought they had a lot of shielding in their last one, but this one, you get to use the healing power as well by a by a pretty substantial amount. The core thing, though, and especially with last game fresh in our minds,
Is this the Travis Gafford waiting room? What is the Gaff doing?
can they actually? Because I do think that Annie and
We're going to build a wall to keep the Smolder players out. It's going to be the greatest wall. Chronicler 2024.
And Ari does as well, but Rel really doesn't.
Yeah, but you can't build a wall that contains Smolder. Talia tries to build a wall,
That struggle, I think,
and Smolder just flies over it, dude.
Kingen absorbing so much pressure here, able to hop over, doesn't get hit by the bubble, and then Showmaker shows up perfectly in time. But I am still worried. The big thing for me is that Showmaker, it really, when you look at it, is the engage. Like Flash Tibbers is actually
Along these lines, guys, I'm going to show you. I'm going to take a brief intermission to show you this fucking hilarious video clip that I saw today.
It's me, Shy people of Arrakis. It's me, Shai-Hulud, your beloved sandworm of the desert. Many people are saying Paul Atreides, little Paul Atreides. I call him Pesky Paul. He's Al-Mahdi. People are calling him Lisan Al-Gaib. Pesky Paul's calling himself Muad'Dib. He said, Muad'Dib, I'm a little desert mouse. Just a humble little desert mouse. And he is very tiny. I saw him. I could crush him easily. Folks, you can't trust Pesky Paul. He's got the Bene Gesserit. Nasty women. Those Bene Gesserit trying to control the outcome of events. He's going around the desert. He's going to the south of the southern border. He's bringing up religious fanatics from the south. He's trying to wage a holy war in the whole universe. Now, the Harkonnens, we don't like the Harkonnens, folks. They're terrible. They're terrible. They gave us a bad deal, but I can get a better deal from the Harkonnens. What can I say? They want our spice. It's the most precious substance in the universe. We're going to get a better deal. We're going to make Arrakis great again. It's going to be an amazing time. We're going to have paradise here in Arrakis, not because of Pesky Paul, but because of your old friend Shai-Hulud.
That is fucking amazing, guys. I'm sorry. I just had to share that with you. It's such a funny concept.
Or a big Meganar, you know, like there's, but that's, you're a lot more reliant, and with Showmaker, all you need is Flash. Like, obviously, Kellen can
Shai-Hulud is going to build a shield wall and make the Harkonnens pay for it.
not get hit by that.
Yeah, I feel like teams just got sick of Vi, and they were like, no, we're just going to ban that every game now. And so you don't get to point and click from the jungle anymore. And Nautilus was looked over this time.
And now, instead, Annie's back.
Yeah.
Malignance is a great item for her, though, to be fair.
It is. It does have a nice amount of synergy. Nice angle here onto Showmaker, but Faker took so much damage. The bubble is huge from the side of Carry. They can't take him down, as now Guma in a lot of trouble. Nicely done with the net, but I don't know.
He missed, Kellen missed the Sona R.
The bubble is huge from the side of Carry. They can't.
Fair.
No, I like how Showmaker's just here chilling by himself, and he just stuns Faker on the engage, so he can't get charms. Flashes backwards, does get charmed and bubbled eventually, but they can't actually kill him, and here's the collapse. Lucid comes in, Q2, kicks him. Kellen, oh, no, he misses it.
Nicely done with the net, but I don't know if he's getting out of here. Just going to hold on to his flash for quite a long period of time. They finally do take it out. They give Kellen the kill.
I think they wanted to get
The actual carry.
The re-engage!
Oh boy, Showmaker going way too close to the sun. And down he will go. They're trying to go for a dive here. The Q is going to go through the gold post on that one.
The health bars are low. Zeus does FTP, though. I think T1 might be looking for a turn.
I mean, there's pretty high health bars here on the side of DK, but there's just zero wave.
Maybe they want to just bait out TP. Because while this is happening, Kingen is just going to get at least...
They have no ults anymore. Like, they have no Sona ult, they have no Lee Sin ult, they have no culling. All right, he goes in.
Lucid, what's going on?
He's trying to dodge abilities by doing Q2 into W.
Nearby, so again, I suppose just trying to keep him around. But that one looked much more dangerous than I was supposing he was actually going to go for.
Yeah, really taking some risks with that one, but there's not enough cooldown.
All right, can we please go to Drake, guys?
Taken down.
Really tragic that it's a Chemtech Soul for D+ this game.
Of D+, about
That
40
sucks with
seconds
the
on
early
the timer.
advantages that they've gotten.
Looking at the cooldowns used, Showmaker initially plays this amazingly. With the Rylai's, he actually is surprisingly tanky. The big thing here is that because he burst down Faker, Faker doesn't actually get to do anything meaningful damage.
Showmaker played that well
Meaning
just
there's
by
Rel right now.
putting the pressure onto
Neither of which
Faker.
are gonna do a whole lot. Kellen, bit of a tragic ultimate on that one, but it doesn't end up
It's
mattering.
fine.
Dude, the
Yeah,
culling is
then
also
here,
fucking garbage.
Like Lucid didn't take that kill.
If they still had culling and Sona ult here, it would be so huge. They could dive this pretty easily.
Without his flash, can't be that far up. Gets punished.
Now, if they had culling to use while they were under the turret, do the fish in the barrel shooting.
Two items spiked on for aiming.
Showmaker, I think, was just a bit overexcited, you know?
He does do that.
A lot of low health bars. He's like, I'm Annie. I can press my Q onto anyone. They're probably going to get very low. Oh, look at this angle. Perfect from the side of Lucid. They just did not see him. Owner is quite tanky. The stuns are coming through, and the turn maybe from Zeus and the TP has a ton of Ahri damage. Just coming out here. Showmaker gets turned up. Zeus just did not see. He's like, I'm Annie. I can press my Q onto anyone. They're probably going to get very low.
All right, they have ults back now, so they kick Rel in, stun lock him. Oner doesn't die, though, because they don't have damage. Okay, finally dies, but they had to use literally everything on him. Where's the Sona ult there?
Oh, look at this angle.
Lee Sin ult, Annie ult,
Side of Lucid. They just did not see him.
culling.
Owner is quite tanky. The stun
I mean, what the fuck is Kellen doing with Sona ult, dude? He just missed another one. They literally used 4 ults to kill one guy, and now they just all die. Jesus Christ. Oh, there's the Gnar ult. Now they have none. So Faker just goes in, he can get out, gets reset on his ult. Oh, doesn't quite use his last R, though.
Deep on that one. And Goodman Carrier like, guys, we're just going to run away from this, I guess.
Almost felt like we'd hit the ball. Oh!
All right, there we go. Bubble
Their
comes
team
in.
fighting is so bad, guys.
Well, it's a
D+.
trap, but
It's so bad.
Gets away. Just push them away for now.
It's like, why are we dumping all of our ults to kill a Rel?
Back
Couldn't
in
you
time.
have just wrote that?
And they wasted culling and they wasted Crescendo.
I don't know. Maybe it like auto timed out. And I still feel like I should have wrote it and it would have been a lot faster. TP coming in. They don't have any vision, so they want to make sure that it doesn't get stolen. There is a Rel, but
T1 is like, yeah,
They're
we don't
not-
care about that, actually.
yeah, they're not in position. Gonna
And
use it
now
now.
they're going to...
Dragon is gonna get taken.
I think he just missed. Dude, is Owner drunk this
Dragon
game?
is gonna get taken.
Is he just flying as well? Is he just going to run away now?
Yeah, no, he's peacing out. It's fine.
You know, if he crashed into the mid turret, he might.
He would have killed the mid turret. Like,
Dragon
he just straight fucks this up, I think. Maybe he thinks he's gonna die? Because the Sona's there, but Sona doesn't have Crescendo, so... Sona can't lock him down long enough for
Is he just
other players
flying
to get
as
there
well?
to
Is
kill
he
him.
just gonna run away now?
Yeah, no, he's
I think he
peacing
just
out.
missed it.
It's fine.
You know, if he crashed into the mid turret, he might just get stunned up by Sona or something, and then he doesn't know where the rest of the team is. So, the whole idea initially, I think, is the big issue. The rest of it,
I can't
just for comedic effect.
I can't believe that they almost pulled off this fight as well. So this starts off with a
You think Owner is afraid if he dies, then they would go to Baron directly?
Just for comedic effect.
I mean, but then why get into the Herald? Like, I guess he sees Sona, but Sona doesn't have ult. So who is gonna kill him?
taken.
Like, you know they're on Drake, guys. You know they're on Drake. So why would they be there?
Is he just flying as well? Is he just gonna run away now?
I don't know, man. Maybe, but that's still a bad
You
call.
know, if he crashed into the mid turret, he might just get stunned up by Sona or something, and then he doesn't know where the rest of the team is. So
Very
the
weird.
whole idea initially, I think, is the big issue. The rest of it,
I can't.
just for comedic effect.
I can't believe that they almost pulled off this fight as well. So this starts off with an attempted pick on Owner, but because he actually gets a Magnet Storm off, he gets way tankier. And then Zeus, as he often does, able to get so much damage done. Aiming doesn't get that much done with the calling, and crucially here, Zeus gets the double reset, and that's where you're like, oh boy, especially with Faker also being able to play as aggressive. Okay, he's dead. Being able to play as aggressively as he does on the Ahri, if he gets any assists, ended up being I think really big at the beginning of that fight. But fortunately for DK, they do have enough of a topside lead that it didn't end up matter for now. For now, because yes, you killed Zeus there inside. Don't let that distract you from the fact that at any given point, that man still has way too much power on the Aatrox. Now though, soul points taken, and this reminds me of last game, Valdez.
It does.
If you're a T1 fan, you're like, this is nothing. 2k gold deficit. It's a Chemtech
Comfort
soul.
zone. Yeah.
Who cares? And do you know, to those people I say, fair enough. Watch T1 just get Baron and then.
Right. Also, you can't be worried if you're T1 because
Well, let's take a look at how this happens.
also it just depends on them like being able to kill aiming.
Unfortunate timing. Yeah. I mean, he leaves the bush right as they round. Well, let's take a look at how this happened first.
That is unlucky. He just doesn't see them,
That's
Unfortunate timing.
and they just blow
He
his.
leaves the bush.
They just blow his flash immediately, or blow his Edge of Night. Excuse me. That's what I meant to say.
Unfortunate.
They use Smite to break his spell shield.
He leaves the bush right as they round
He
the
is
corner.
insta-gived by Annie.
unfortunate.
Unlucky.
Even the World's Finals MVP has those moments. So when it happens to you in solo queue, you know it can happen to anyone.
Ow.
That is a lot of hurt coming through. Morello,
But if you're T1 and you're like, wow,
Showmaker.
I guess they're going to have to fight really well and protect aiming in team fights to have any damage. I think you're relatively confident that you can win this game based on that Smolder game that we just saw.
Maybe you've got a they are playing this one a little bit more balanced. You know, a lot less mistakes from losing for them that they don't have a good Drake. I mean, to be fair, he came into the LCK right when Tank.
And maybe this is a different story if it's like, I don't know, a Hex Deck Soul or a Mountain Soul or something.
Didn't look that great. So I think the team was like, can't you just play
which is
tanks
fair.
for us?
I also think that aiming has looked a lot better on specific picks. I think his Lucian was
Like
something
Lucian?
that that we saw last week. He actually was able to really perform well on. Megacode!
Where did he come from?
Looked a lot better on specific picks. I think his Lucian was
Like
something
Lucian?
that we saw last
The
week.
Showmaker is actually playing super well. He's the real hero of this game, guys. Look at that. He just appears out of nowhere.
Megacode!
Descends from the heavens like an avenging angel on top of Owner's head.
Came out of the red buff, but yeah, it
Do
was
not
Mega
queue in there, Lucid. No!
And in
No!
goes Lucid. The kick is not enough.
What the fuck, man?
Oh my guy, as he is just going to be taken out here. And once again, Lucid going to get caught out. And with the Baron available, doesn't look like T1 wants to go for it just yet.
That one's on Hyper City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here. And once again, Lucid
Fat shutdown
gonna get caught
onto
out,
Ari.
and with the Baron available, doesn't look like T1 wants to go for it just yet.
That one's on me. I cursed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Like came out of the red buff, but yeah, it was just the Mega Cone, I'd imagine. In goes Lucid. The kick is not enough. That's
God, he
oh
used
my
flash there,
guy,
too.
as
Jesus.
He's gonna be taken out here. And once again, Lucid gonna get caught out, and with the Baron available, doesn't look like T1 wants to go for it.
He got
just
so
yet.
horny. He got so horny, guys. He got so horny for Rel.
That's 100% on me. That's how. Oh, that's how it starts, Feldes.
And yeah, once again, we see this Knight's Vow Thornmail build where it just makes these 80 junglers a lot less effective into you.
Very funny start.
Lucid's like, hey, there's no vision here. Faker is coming in from the top lane.
Display
Should
very
I
excusable. Actually,
go into the mystery bush?
that queue, not at all.
That part, no.
Not even a
It
little
was
bit.
fine until it wasn't.
Great wave as well there from Carriot to ensure, because if Showmaker and Kalenka rotate up, then obviously the play is completely fine. The only way you get out of that is if they like flash over the wave, which no, absolutely not. So big mistake from Lucid, ends up giving up his bounty, but no Baron taken this time around because the rest of DK is still there. And
Look at the damage taken.
This is not a very good T1 game either, guys. Like,
Everybody
Owner is trying his best to lose this game for T1 and like play into D Plus's win condition, but D Plus is too shit to actually win.
They're gonna give this up. I don't
The
think.
healing power works on Sundered Sky, right?
It does.
And they got a
Yeah.
bad soul.
It's actually quite good.
Value.
Oh, they are not. Never mind. They're not giving up all third item spike for Zeus. I've seen this one before, Valdez.
Oh boy. Here we go again. Oh boy. And aiming is in so much trouble. Oh no, he's just gonna get 100 to 0. The engage was so clean from Faker and Owner. They put 1 and 1 together. And now it's just a 5v3. Everybody else on the side of DK just running away. As T1, they should be able to take down this Drake. And maybe just run straight at the Baron. I will be curious to see what they do. So much.
Never mind. They're not giving up all third item spike for Zeus.
All right, how do you kill
I've
this
seen
front
one
line
before, Valdez.
past a
boy.
certain point,
Here we
too?
go again.
Aiming is caught out because he's in the front line where he absolutely cannot be because he's the majority of his team's damage. He's trying to clear a pink
I've seen
ward.
this one before, Valdez.
And then he walks up to trade with Gumayushi while Showmaker is over here. Dude, fuck aiming, dude. Fuck this guy. What is this? He's trying to trade? The only thing that is protecting him is aiming, right? This guy is not close to Mega.
Boy. Here we go again.
So he has to dash over the wall, flash, charm. Charm misses,
Boy, and
but he still actually just gets hit by Rel.
boy. Here we go again.
Owner has a fantastic engage, gets pulled in, gets destroyed, and now they have no damage. Very nice. Was totally worth killing that pink ward and like double tapping Gumayushi. Aiming is fucking so bad these games,
They
guys.
should be able to take down this Drake and maybe just run straight at the Baron. I will be curious to see what they do with this lead now.
What if I just don't say nice things about DK anymore? Maybe that's it.
Now they get Baron.
Could've seen that coming.
Oh, wait.
But they do have a lot.
Wait, what?
Doesn't miss his circle though.
No, that's not what I expected.
They know this is happening.
So D+ goes for the Desperation Baron.
Charm. I don't even need it.
Honor doesn't miss his circle though. And they're doing the Baron. They know this is happening. T1.
So they reset after Drake, and D+ is like, everybody run to Baron now.
Have to kick her out. Have to kick her out.
Nope, just go for the
Showmaker gets hit by Charm. Owner, are they trying to, guys, are they trying to 50-50 a Baron against a Rel?
flip. Okay, let's see who does pick it.
Ah! It's the most predictable thing ever.
It's Rel. Who could have seen that coming? As now, aiming's going to go down, and the desperation Baron attempt is not going to work in favor
Jesus
of
Christ.
DK and T1 are rolling them. Very nice dodge on the Mega Gnar as
Dude, I fucking hate this team.
to about a bajillion CCs.
Fuck
As, wow,
you,
T1 right back in the driver's seat.
DK.
DK.
Perfectly according to plan, Valdez. Woo! Who could have seen it coming? DK, fumble back-to-back plays. Don't get the soul. Don't get the Baron.
I feel so bad for Showmaker. What more could Showmaker have done this
Don't
game?
think they can end on
Excellent
this wave,
picks.
but they're gonna try.
Makes a huge TP play in the bot side, only for his team to just be fucking so bad at team fighting and decision making.
Calling does come out, pushes them away.
Showmaker actually just trapped in fucking
The charm is gonna miss.
prison right now.
Look at the low health bars
now
here.
they know.
Showmaker.
Showmaker, please, can you go to Hanwha? Can you go to Hanwha? That'd be great.
Very scary. He gets hit by the charm, and Showmaker goes down. And Zeus, he lives through so much. Even with the soda stun coming out, it does not matter. Aatrox, it's pretty good.
Very good. Nami has
Goes in.
Mikhails too, I
Forgot
guess.
There was a Nami on the team. Owner also goes in. Forgot there was a DK there. I'm losing it, Chronicler. This game is just off the rails.
I didn't know KT was playing. They Valdez flip. DK, it's KD.
God
Like at this point,
damn it.
some of the spell rotation off at
I
least
was
one
so
corner.
excited for D+'s early game, and then they
The
just
gold lead right
giga
now
throw.
is not yet insurmountable. So maybe
Not
they can.
true.
Maybe they can come back. Who am I kidding? Zeus is full build. Like this is.
Yep, he's also got.
Yeah, he had it.
Yes, QSS, they have
That's why I was
Mikhails.
actually like, or it might have been McHale's, and maybe he got now both QSS and McHale's.
Yeah, it was McHale's that cleansed him previously, and then he went back and bought
Might I
QSS.
interest you in lethality Aatrox with 4 Chemtech? Oh my game's not gonna last that long.
You can also put Knight's Vow on him just to make him extremely tanky in the front line. Lucid isn't Garbo.
I thought we were gonna
Lucid
have
has some good plays this game. He's just a rookie.
a back and
Lucid's
forth.
team fighting is actually among the best on D+. He just gets fucking trolled by by fucking Kellen and aiming.
They were winning pretty hard in game 2, and now they're not. It's pretty rough.
But why is it his fault that aiming played like shit in team fights these 2 games? He was doing his job.
You give them an inch. The top 2 team in the LCK will take advantage of it. Meganar is going to help out. Nice kick comes in onto Faker, and they do alley-oop him. The bait?
Wait,
Was that on purpose?
I hope not. That's way too risky. But maybe they can try and contest now. Probably not. Still don't have vision at all. But they can probably try and shove through mid and maybe turn it into something. Faker still 40 seconds on the clock before he's back. This Drake definitely a foregone conclusion. Currently in your life for a red buff. That's never.
I remember a certain...
As it doesn't work and you lose flip.
Yeah.
Huh.
They still don't lose soul, even though Faker kind of happy games it right there. So now we have to go into next Baron attempt.
He'll sting like a bee and do that kind of thing. But Zeus is...
Press R.
He is the team fight carry at this point in time. Not to say that Guma isn't fed, because he is. But, yeah, I mean, the Aatrox is already so survivable. That one's for you, Atlas. But if you put a Knight's Vow on him, it's going to make it even more glorious.
Oh, no. He's level 18.
Oh, yeah.
No. Kellen's level 13. If he hits 1 Q, I think
yeah.
Kellen just dies.
Well, Zeus is coming on in. Owner has kind of showed his hand. I think they did see Zeus,
They must-
by the way.
They
There
don't
was
have-
a ward there. They saw him over the wall.
They don't have engage though, right? Like DK doesn't have a guaranteed way to start a fight unless Kingen wants to flash in and go ham.
What the
Find
fuck
a
do you
big
mean?
pick.
They have Annie.
Oh, the charm. Not going to hit.
What do you mean they have no guaranteed way to start a fight? They have an Annie with flash.
Zeus as well on the flank. Not really going to land much.
Maybe it's got to be Showmaker that starts it off. Someone, but look how respectful T1 is playing now. Zeus, yeah, he's just gonna shove. He just go for the Nexus.
Yeah,
to
nobody
stop
can
him
actually
his way.
1v1 him, so they have to send multiple people back while they
So,
Baron.
if anything
At
went
least they-
crazy,
Yeah.
he's going to force King in back, but this inhibitor...
This is good shot calling from T1.
Ooh, I don't know. Mini. Yeah, no, it's gone. I'm not kidding. It's Aatrox.
And they essentially just played tower defense.
They actually waited out Mega Gnar too,
Traps, they denied vision, and they said, okay, well,
which is really good. So now you can trap up, walk back, potentially do a Baron while he's in mini.
with the side lane push.
Big bot wave currently being stacked up. Zeus is on his way. Does have the TP available. They're not just okay. Yeah, I was about to say. Neither team really wants to do Nash here because T1 doesn't want to run the risk of someone.
They just give all the farm to Aatrox, even though he's full build, has Scimitar at this point in time, and is level 18.
What we already saw.
He's full build.
Yeah.
Full lethality build.
Those Qs really sting, let me tell you. Wardstone now also done here for Kellen. Not an item we see often, but an item I do really enjoy.
Yeah.
They just can't make any missteps is the problem. Whereas T1, like, owner can just walk forward, like, slightly, and they're like, ooh.
Whoa.
okay.
Hold
Yeah.
on. Calm down, buddy.
Yeah, we saw what happened when aiming. What might happen, though, is that DK take mid-prio and then run towards Baron, and then T1 is going to feign that they contest the Drake. Maybe they just give up soul, and it's like, we don't care about the soul, we just want Baron. Could be an angle as well. Either team is just waiting, looking for just the slightest opportunity.
Remember when I said that they would flip Baron again?
Yeah, no, you were right. I should have listened to you.
Yeah.
No.
It'll be fine.
We're going to flip Baron. It's fine.
No, they're not doing this again.
Outsmite the Rel.
They need to turn if they're going to do it. You need to use the Annie to turn.
Decent chunk of damage, but
They're
have
so afraid of
blocked
Zeus. I mean, he's
here.
huge.
Okay, he's going to 1v5.
They're going to try and get Zeus. They need to blow his Edge of Night, though.
Taken out here. Showmaker's taking more damage.
Oh,
Jesus, that
dude, the
arm
lethality
is
Caitlyn. Okay, he just
pretty
comes
huge as
in.
well. Owner
Oh, they do
tries
kill
to
him,
save him,
but
it's
they
not
use
gonna
everything to
work
do
out
it, so
now. A bit
pretty
of
sure they just all die now.
Showmaker, though, is solo as well. Owner does take him out here as the damage coming out on the poke from Faker, and Guma is huge. The Meganar, it's desperate. It's not good enough. And the health bars just melt on the side of DK as everybody's going to be cleaned up here on the backside of this fight. Aiming.
Well, having Lucian as the only damage in this composition really working out well.
And it's too late.
Oh,
T1
God.
with that team fight win will push for the 2-0.
So sad.
According to
I-
Black, quick 2-0.
I think D+ had a really good advantage this game, guys.
I just don't know what. I just don't know
We
what.
learned a lot today. We just don't know what it was. That was the 2-0 from T1. And it wasn't clean, but they got there in the end. The Aatrox, the Ahri, the lethality.
Yeah, the opportunity lethality Caitlyn R definitely hurts quite a bit.
Zeus in the side lane, but the follow-up there from T1 was fast enough, right? Zeus did go down, but eventually even Faker was really pumping out the damage in the end of that one.
I don't know if I'm gonna have time to do HLE versus KDF, guys, because I want to go to the gym today, so may have to hold off on that one. We do have the really big banger though tomorrow, so we not the LCS game. Which LCS game is tomorrow, by the way? Which upper bracket match is it? Tomorrow though, we've got this one, Top versus JDG, to go over, which we will definitely be doing on this stream. And tomorrow's game is what? Fly TL? That should be a short one. Oh, it's C900 Thieves. So yeah, we'll definitely do that one. We'll definitely do that one, guys. So we got a big old day of streaming tomorrow. But I will bid you adieu for today. So just a shorter stream. Sorry about that. I will. I thought I'd have a little bit more time. But that's just the way it goes. So we'll be back for those games tomorrow. See you then.